Well, what is up, Crazy X? It's kind of been a little slower day. Getting off to a much later start. Not a lot on today's agenda. Do need to get some items listed onto the Mercari page, so look for that today. Just made a sale a little while ago, and I've got that together, so I'm gonna get my item packaged up. It was a Mickey Mouse, kind of like a Christmas figurine, but we'll get that packed out, shipped out today. And I did say that we're going to kind of bring in some of the elements from some of the past shows. And one of the ones that I always heard people really liked was the good news, like you. So saw the story. This is back in December. I think it was like December 20th. But I thought this was a really great story. It was during the warm-ups that Dylan Larkin of the Detroit Red Wings hits the plexiglass, knocks over a fan's beer, and you can see it. Like, you have this on tape. He's kind of skating around. He's like, oh man, I feel so sorry. I feel so sorry. I knocked over this guy's beer. So he ends up going over to his team's sidelines, and he asks for the locker room attendant, and he's like, do you got $20 on you? And he's like, yeah, you need $20? Like, yeah. He's like, see that guy over there? And he pointed to him. He's like, I knocked over his beer. Could you go get him a replacement beer? So the locker room attendant goes and buys him a beer. And he didn't just have him. Dylan told him, he's like, I'll pay you back after the game. To the locker room attendant. I mean, obviously he doesn't have cash. He doesn't have his wallet on him while he's skating. He's like, could I borrow $20? And has the locker room attendant go replace that guy's beer. So I thought it was kind of a cool story. But yeah, I mean, you can look up Dylan Larkin beer or something like that. You'll probably find the clip on YouTube. The other interesting thing yesterday, so I wasn't really watching any of the games. I thought about taping some of them. Didn't really even do that. And just kind of laying down, and I was going through TikTok, doing a little tickety-tockety. And then I came across Antonio Brown. Holy cow. Yeah. Do you guys know about this? I have to kind of be careful, so I'm not going to state opinions about this. I'm just going to stick to the facts of the situation. But I mean, I still don't even know what happened here. I know in the clips that I saw that there was a player that was almost looked like he was. That's kind of getting into speculation, but he was talking with Antonio Brown, and yeah, Brown just kind of bends over, rips at his jersey and shoulder pads, gets them off, tosses them towards the team, walks down the field, takes off his undershirt, and I believe it was also his gloves, chucks that into the fans, and then starts kind of side skipping across the end zone, kind of doing like a little like peace symbol, and leaves. And I watched another clip, and it showed like the post stuff with the team, and even the coaches. He's like, they asked about Antonio Brown. He's like, he's no longer a Buck. I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about the guys that were on the field that won the game for us. So, yeah, apparently he's no longer a Buck either. Crazy situation. I would definitely advise looking into SportsCenter, YouTube, TikTok it. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm still trying to find out what'll happen there. But yeah, that's stuff going on today. Said yesterday I finished up. I don't know if I finished it. I think I finished it before I did the video. But I finished up the Squid Games. And Cobra Kai has returned back on Netflix, I believe. So I'm going to be digging into Cobra Kai. Watching those episodes over the next couple of days. You can binge them. I usually don't. I try to maybe watch like an episode a day. It's a hard part. I mean, I mean, hopefully, I'm sure a lot of you guys have watched Cobra Kai. Was it season 1? Season 2? I think it was season 2. One of them, holy cow, that cliffhanger. And I know some people may not have seen the show, so I, don't really want to do much of a spoiler. I think it was season 2. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Because I had not, I got into, that's why I think it was season 2. Because I think season 3 had just wrapped up before I even got into watching Cobra Kai. I was very late on the bus on this one. And yeah, I'm glad I did not have to wait a whole season. Because I've waited a whole season from well, maybe not a whole season, but I've waited from season 3. It feels like a good year. Like Stranger Things. It has been over a year. But I couldn't even imagine having to wait from the season 2 cliffhanger to find out what happened. Like, holy cow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into Cobra Kai. And anything else I'm really watching now? Of course, I'm watching the All-Star, the Challenge All-Star Season 2. I did kind of hear the spoiler of that one. Kind of happy, though, because the guy I like, I think, wins. And one of the girls on there I don't remember where she won or where she placed, but I think she did pretty well on it, too. So, definitely enjoying that. Also watching The Homecoming from the Challenge. This is the LA crew, season 2. They brought them all back to live in an apartment. And I know there's a big episode coming up. I think it's the next episode. But I know that one's kind of wrapping up here. But yeah, I'm going to go get the item from Mercari, packaged up, get that shipped out. Maybe kind of show a little bit of the shipping, show the figure. But I hope you're all having a great day. We'll be back. All right, Crazy X. So I just dropped off. That's the clear of the phone. Not sure. Just dropped off the first package, well, the only package today, off to UPS. I'm sitting outside UPS. Didn't really show the item, so figured I'd kind of do that here real quick. Nice thing is I'm seeing a few deposits I believe are going to hit my account tomorrow. I set up everything to the business account. Only problem is I misplaced the debit card. So yesterday I reordered the debit card, but I haven't got the debit card yet. So that should be coming here soon. So that's the item that got shipped out. Santa Mickey. Posable figure, has a greeting card. He's holding a bell. Pretty cute item. Alright, so as I said, I've got a few deposits coming in tomorrow. And I'm trying to do stuff, as I said, this January 1st is when I'm doing this. I started this, today's the 3rd. So I really started this a couple days ago. And I don't know how this stuff works. I opened an account a little while ago that I had planned to kind of do this with, and I put $20 in it. So technically, in this checking account that I'm going to be doing the business transactions out of, there's $20 that was from my own money. It wasn't the business money. I mean, do I just get to take out the $20? Is the $20 now part of the business and kind of I lost $20? I don't know. A lot of this stuff's gonna have to go through a tax expert. And then some of the stuff I'm buying, I purchased the software for inventory and tax expenses and stuff like that. And I had $20 in that account of my own money, personal money, not business money. And I bought the software for $75. Well, I can't buy $75 of merchandise on $20, so I had to take money out. I bought it through a personal credit card. So, I mean, I don't know how all that stuff works. It's all going to be part of the learning experience, but I want to do all my business expenses. That's what they say, do all your business expenses from your business account. So it's nice because now I'm having this money going through there. The other part I don't know too is I sold items in 2021, back in December. But some of those items, I didn't actually get paid, even though I sold them in 2021. The payment didn't come until 2022. And that's the other part too. The other crazy part about all of this is they're changing a lot of these laws starting 2022. So, I mean, so many things have changed. So, definitely going to be nice. I think probably somewhere March or April, because I know you're. I was talking to a buddy the other day, and he's like, "Don't you just file it like you normally would with taxes?" But I hear businesses have to do quarterly taxes. So probably around March or April, I'm going to contact a tax expert. I'm just going to be running stuff and keeping tabs and stuff, so I'll have records. But at least that way too, it'll give like 3 months into like the new tax laws and tax things that are going to effect. Because I mean, way things were last year are not necessarily how things are going to be this year. Yeah, I picked a good time to get started on all this, didn't I? But that's the great thing about this channel. You get to learn with me. And I appreciate you guys for following this. And I'm looking up one other thing here. I keep getting distracted while I'm doing this. Of course, this is RealKidKrazy. This is our second episode. And you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Tickety-Tockety, all at RealKidKrazy, and that's crazy with a K, so RealKidKrazy. And you can email me, I believe it's realkidkrazy@gmail.com, but you'll also be able to find that stuff down below. And I'm typing in RealKidKrazy. That's not what I want. Okay, so I have all this money. Well, not all this money. I don't have a lot of money, but I have some money getting deposited. I believe it's going to hit my business account tomorrow. Don't know if I'm going to get the debit card by tomorrow. It might be the next day or even the day following. However, don't know if I want to pull the trigger on this one or not. I did find one of those storage units again that's... I want to pull the trigger on it. I just don't want to do it too soon. Is this the right one? Yeah. Okay. So it's a 5x10. It's going to be an inside unit, which I believe, I don't know, this one doesn't say the climate control, which the other one did. But it's $82 a month. Now there is a promotion where the first month would be $1. So it would only cost me $1, and then it's with the same unit. I mean, they could have different rules because it's a different location, but like where they have the administration fee that I have to pay up front, the lock fee that I have to pay up front, and then there would be insurance, which they told me was $15 at the other place. So realistically, I'd be at $97. At least it's under the $100 limit. I kind of like this first location though, because like the UPS store, USPS, and FedEx are all kind of like right near there. So that was perfect. That's the one that right now the cheapest unit is smaller than this one, and is $111 plus the $15. So it's like 20-30 bucks more. So I don't know. And that's the other part too, is like I know I get a write-off from what I understand, because this is a business expense. I'm gonna be storing my items that I ship in the storage unit. I actually get my house back. I get room, because this, you almost need to, especially if you're more or less going at, I want to say a pro. I mean, I kind of maybe am pro. I'm an amateur, I'd say. I found success in doing this, and I mean, you don't even have to be successful really if you just buy a lot, which is kind of where I am. Is I'm buying a lot, I'm selling a lot too. But if you're buying a lot, that takes up real estate. And it's taken over my room, so it's like I really don't. I'm not a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. If you saw my room, you'd say I'm a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. I'm an anti-hoarder. I'm trying to sell this. Take it from me. Buy. Take it from me. I'm not trying to keep it all. I'm trying to get rid of it. But yeah, it's definitely taken over my house. So if you're gonna get into this, you really do need to look at getting a storage unit, because otherwise it will take over your house. My room's a fire hazard. I'll admit it. So I'm not even. I don't even know. Like, I'm tempted. Do I do a before and after photo? Because it's horrible. It's embarrassing. So definitely looking forward to doing, like, showing what I'm doing with the storage unit and how I've utilized the space and stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. But anyways, just want to check in with you. To my seller, I've got your item, your Santa Mickey. He's in the mail. He's on his way to you. There's actually a UPS truck here now after I've dropped it off. So hopefully it's going to go out here in like seconds. All right. We'll be back a little bit later. Thank you for checking out our video. Go to my Mercari page. Buy some stuff. Give me back just a square inch of my room back, please. All right. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you back here in a few. Well, another day in the books. Tuned in, watched the Steelers game. For those who aren't aware, more than likely Ben Roethlisberger is retiring at the end of the season, and this is his last game in Pittsburgh. They took on the Cleveland Browns. Kind of emotional game at the end. He hands the ball off to Najee Harris, who scores a touchdown. Looks like that's going to be the game. And then with 10 seconds left, one of the Steelers intercepts the ball. So Ben's got to go back out on the field. Of course, he went out there, took a knee, and then he said the running back just kind of collapsed on top of him. And like the people kind of turned around and all kind of like hugged him and everything. And I guess there's like 1 second left on the clock, and Mike Tomlin calls timeout, because he wanted to give Ben one more shot, one more chance at this, to kind of prolong that final moment. But at this point, everybody's kind of ran out on the field, so they didn't call the timeout. But that was kind of funny, I thought. Then Ben kind of went out there, said his goodbye. I don't think he did a full lap, but did a pretty big lap around Heinz Field. Thanking all the fans, high-fiving him as he walked by him. So that was really cool to see. Of course, they did win. They have one more game next week. And I think there's a couple things. Like, they have to win the game. It's like the Chargers and Raiders can't tie. Like, if either team wins and either team loses and Pittsburgh wins, then they'll make it to the playoffs. But, like, if Pittsburgh lost, or if the two teams end in a tie, then they'd be out. That's just kind of crazy to think. I mean, hopefully we're going to get the win. It's like, could you imagine a tie secures your place in the playoff, but if you lose or win, you're out? I mean, I guess the other team wouldn't be out, but for the Steelers to get in, if those two teams tied, they both would make it, and the Steelers would be on the outside. But if the Steelers win, and as long as that game doesn't end in a tie, there's a definite winner and a definite loser, the Steelers would then take the, I don't know if it'd be the 6th or 7th seed, but they would be in the playoffs. So, here we go, Steelers. Want to see that happen. All right. Trying to think if there's anything else. I did get a couple of the items listed. think we got 3 things up there, 3, 4. I think 3 plushes and a tumbler, the Star Trek Live Long and Prosper tumbler. I believe we got that up there. So do check out the Mercari webpage. That link is down below. Have a great day. Have a great night. And we'll start this thing all over again tomorrow. As always, as I said, questions, comments, you can hit me up here. Like the video, subscribe. It's going to be different. We're trying out some new stuff. And if you're ever thinking about becoming a reseller, a picker, a flipper, any of that gets a skipper to, do subscribe to the video. We'll be talking a lot about that stuff. Well, I'm off to bed. I know you're going to be watching this later in the afternoon, so I'm going to say goodnight, but you're going to be midday tomorrow, so you don't go to sleep. Unless you go to bed at like 2:30 in the afternoon, but I doubt it. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.